Hi guys, this is your daily tarot reading for Friday the 11th of May. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the Lo Scarabeo tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. So we've got the Tower, the Empress in reverse, and the Knave of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so this card, the blow-up effect, has something to do with these two because they're in reverse. So these two are affected by this Tower card, which is a kind of representation or a symbol of the universe. You can think of this eye as the creator or the higher power or your guides, your ascended masters, whoever works with you. You can also see it as Saturn, the astrological head teacher, kind of asking you to look at your life, and if you're doing the wrong thing or if you're on the wrong path, to destroy that, to make room for a new tower to be built so that you can be happy. And you can't get out of a difficult situation and exchange it for a positive situation unless you make the transition. You have to let go of one thing to be able to bring in another. So the Tower here today means that something is destined for you to let go of. It may feel uncomfortable at the moment, but it's destined, it's meant to be, and it's going to create more positive space in your life. So don't kind of approach this card with a lot of trepidation. It's something positive. The next card is the Empress, and that's in reverse. Now, the Empress is the third card of the major arcana, and she really represents the ability to love and the ability to create new life. You can see that she's pregnant here. She's beautiful. She's comfortable. She's the ruler. She's in charge. But because of that rulership, you may think that she's bogged down or burdened. She isn't. She's really able to let her light shine. You can see that with the crown of stars. This tree is on fire here at the background, so she's really living a life that's full of passion and purpose. The red dress also indicates passion. The green jacket indicates that she's really acting in her real nature. She's being true to herself. She's comfortable. So unless you make room for something in your life, unless you get rid of the negativity, unless you get rid of the evil queen in your life who's causing you not to love or who is blocking you from being able to love, you won't have access to the Empress. So that hateful, mean-spirited, past-looking entity in your own mind needs to disappear so that you can turn the Empress around and that you have the ability to love. When I mean the ability to love, we all have the ability to share ourselves and to be nurturing and caring and to love. But we have control over that and we can shut it off. So if we don't feel like someone is deserving of our love, then we don't give it. Or if someone has crossed us, then we can withdraw our love. But sometimes there are things in life, certain structures which have been built up, which will cause you to lose your way and to forget that you can love and that you're lovable and that you have power. To love someone is real power. You can change someone's life by loving them. So there may be a faulty belief. All of the things here, this tower that's being blown up, represents all of the faulty beliefs that you may have picked up in life, which have disabled you in a sense from being loving and from giving of yourself and having a sense of freedom and starting fresh, beginning anew, giving the space and the love for something new to appear in the world. So that can happen in many forms. If you are the adult child of an alcoholic or an adult child of two alcoholics, then you would have learned very early on as a child that love is something that is uncertain. That whether your parents were loving when they were sober or only loving when they were drunk, it wasn't something that you could rely on. If you're a little boy, like me for instance, and you fall in love at the age of 13 with someone who is not suitable, society says you're not allowed to love this person, then you're taught the lesson that if I have same-sex attraction, for instance, that's socially unacceptable, so I'm not allowed to express that love because I'll be attacked, I'll be taken down, I'll be made fun of, I'll be bullied, I'll be murdered. Think Matthew Shepard. It could be all sorts of circumstances. It could be an illness that you had when you were younger and that's left you disfigured or in a wheelchair. It's left you disabled. And because of that, you feel that no one will love you. And because no one will love you, you shut your heart down as well and you don't give love to anyone else. The thing about this is hurt people hurt people. What I mean by that is if you feel pain, it's very likely that you're going to pass that pain on to someone else. Because that's the only way it's one of the ways we know how to deal with pain is to pass it on to someone else. As they say, misery loves company, but often it's much easier to scream at someone than to look at yourself and to say, oh, I really have a lot of work to do here in terms of allowing myself to express my love. And today is a day where you're not meant to focus on other people and what they've done to you. The universe is supporting you in getting rid of those footprints that they've left in your mind. Because the thing is, another cliche I want to throw in here today, I'm just on a roll here with my cliches, but resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. The only thing and the only person who's affected by resentment is you. You may be just resending that negative emotion over and over and over again towards a certain person. That other person has no idea you even exist, possibly. They're just getting on with their lives. You're the one who's just full of poison. So blow that up, let it go, get rid of that reason, and look at this woman as a symbol of the reason why you're not allowed to love. You can revoke her rent today and get her out of your life. The next card is the Knave of Pentacles. This is a young woman or a young man who's just learning how to do things, learning how to make money, how to be independent, how to stand on their own 2 feet, how to make a garden, how to be true to one's own nature, how to discover one's own dark and light. That's in reverse as well. So another person in your life may have given you the message that you're not entitled to your own opinion because you're not good enough. You're a child. You've got nothing to add or contribute to this. Zip it. No one's interested in hearing it. You may have internalized that message as well. Or it may be the message that you can't do anything practically. You're a girl. You're not allowed to be an engineer. You're not intelligent enough to be a pilot. That takes real practicality and accuracy, and I don't think you've got what it takes. These are the kind of messages that this wonderful eye is blowing up for us today, and you can call it whatever you will. The astrological influences, you can call it the influence of the creator, or your higher self coming to the surface today, or you could call it your guardian angel stepping in and allowing you this space to really do a nice spring clean. However you contextualize this, or however it makes sense to you, you have an opportunity today to learn how to love again and to have confidence in yourself that yes, you can do things independently, and just because you get things wrong once in a while doesn't mean you're not good enough and that you're not allowed to pursue your own dreams. Yes, you are. And no one begins being an expert. That's why we have a page of pentacles, a knight of pentacles, and a king and queen of pentacles, because no one is born into the world and becomes the queen. Everyone has to work their way up to being the queen, and along the way of being the empress, the ruler, you're going to make mistakes. But those mistakes can go one of two ways. If you listen to that negative message, then it's, oh, I've made a mistake. See, that proves that I'm no good at this, that I should just give up. The other way to take the mistake is, okay, I've made this mistake, I've learned from it, I'm not going to make it again, I'm going to keep on moving forward. So it's an important day not to take that critical eye and focus it on other people and say, oh, look how wonderful her life is. Doesn't she have it all easy? Aren't I jealous? Oh, isn't she lucky that she has so much time ahead of her? She's really young. She's still got her whole life ahead of her, and she's still got all of this time, which I no longer have. So I'm going to be bitter and resentful about that because she's still got loads of opportunities for happiness. And for example, I've missed those. So don't take that eye and compare yourself to other people. Instead, get rid. These are people who are sitting in your head and they're not being good tenants, and you're not being you're not getting any rent from them. Okay? So you need to evict these people. The first being the person that says you're not allowed to love, and the second one that says you're not practical and capable and you don't have a right to your own opinion. Those two have been sitting in your tower for far too long, and you as the caretaker of this tower haven't had the guts to throw them out. The universe is doing it for you by dissolving the tower, so they have to leave. So open yourself up to the universe today. Nature as well. Both of these cards have to do with nature. Pentacles and the Empress. Outside nature. Allow your true self to emerge naturally by simply holding safe space for yourself to fill. So don't try hard to make something happen. Don't concentrate and try and get something that's not there. Everything you need is already inside of you. It's being obscured at the moment by these faulty beliefs. All you have to do is, it's a pane of glass. All you have to do is take a cloth and dampen it and wipe it down and dampen it again and wipe it down and dampen it again and wipe it down. And then finally you'll be able to see through the glass to the truth of who you are. That can only happen by getting rid of these negative, mucky thoughts that are obscuring your true self. And then we're in a position where we can love and start over, and where we're able to start learning something new and allow ourselves to make mistakes and have a fresh start in life that will lead to something really positive. A queen and an empress are basically the same thing. So if you keep on going, the knave, the page, is going to turn into a princess, and then a queen and an empress, and you'll come full circle. Number-wise, we have got 16, and 3 is 19. And 1 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology, and 2 is about cooperation and relationship. So cooperate with this relationship you have with yourself, with nature, with the universe, the higher power, and just allow it in. Just, you can affirm it. You can say, today I make space for my higher power to come into my life to make positive changes. Today, I invite my guides and anyone who has my best interest at heart and who wants me to live my best life possible. I invite you guys in today to make changes in my life that I'm not able to make myself. And the universe will help you. Sometimes, instead of solving a problem, social anxiety, depression, self-loathing, anxiety, fear. Instead, you can work on those problems. You can go to psychotherapy and you can work through the issues and look why you developed them, and you can do all of that. Or you can work with your higher power. And I'm only speaking from my experience here, okay? So this may happen for you or it may not happen for you. But when I started to meditate, some of my issues went poof. I didn't have to solve them anymore. They stopped being a problem. When I started to listen to my guidance and I started meditating, my social anxiety disappeared. I didn't have to work on it, didn't have to do affirmations. It went poof. It was taken from me. It was just blown up by the universe. You may think, well, that's magical thinking, that doesn't happen. But I can stand in front of people and talk without fainting. I can do it today. So allow some of your problems to be taken from you today. Just allow it. It may feel awkward, it may feel unusual, but just surrender and give over control and allow these things that you can't do for yourself to be done for you. I hope you have a great day. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. The way I just combine the numbers in the tarot, I combine all three in my personal readings. The astrology chart I draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. It gives me a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. That allows me to see where you've been in past lifetimes, what your life purpose is this time around, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in love and romance, finance, health, moving, travel, education, career, and also what's coming up in those areas over the next couple of weeks, months, and years. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch via my website. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.